Welcome to the last module. Okay, so I know the question that you guys might be having right now is how am I going to get people to my website? So you have two options right now. You have organic and you have paid. So I've done organic for about a year, and the only issue with organic is it's super inconsistent. That's the only issue that I have with organic. Like you can make some cash from it, but it's gonna take you quite a lot of time and it's inconsistent. That's just my experience. I've done organic for about a year, and that is how it went for me. So why are ads necessary? Let's run it down. Running ads makes cash flow more consistent because you can pay Facebook to show your product to people. You don't have to try to go viral, build up the skill of like being good at making content or that feels native to the platform. Like obviously if you have that skill, your ads become cheaper, but I'm saying that is a completely different skill compared to running ads. So yeah, running ads makes your cash flow so much more consistent. I'm telling you now, listen to me, run ads. Ads makes your cash flow consistent because you can scale faster and you don't have to kind of live off the luck factor, because you kind of have to get a bit lucky when it comes to organic dropshipping on having your video go viral, because TikTok is just so finicky when it comes to what is actually good content and when you go viral, and then some videos will just not go viral. All of this because the algorithm's always changing on TikTok. So yeah, the reason why also organic doesn't work because the majority of organic dropshipping in South Africa would be done on TikTok, and majority of people that are on TikTok just don't have the ability to even have a credit card under their name or to make any purchase online. They don't either have the finances for that, or as I said, they just don't have a credit card because they're too young. So that's why when you come over to Facebook, if you had to think about the demographic of people that use Facebook, that's your grandma, it's your uncle, it's the old people that's using Facebook, and that's the people that have the credit card and are willing to spend money to buy products. So yeah, let me just quickly run down a little bit more in depth of the pros and cons of each platform. So the pros of TikTok is this here. So with the left side, as we can see here, is TikTok and the right side is Facebook. So the pros of TikTok is your ads are cheaper and it's easier to set up the ads because the interface when you try to do TikTok promote, it's just so much easier. I won't lie, that's the truth of it. And then the pros of that's literally the only pros of TikTok, by the way. And then the pros of Facebook is you get a better audience. You're selling to a better audience of people who can actually buy your product and they have a credit card, as I said. So that's obviously the people you want to be targeting, is obviously people that can actually buy your product. It's way easier to scale because of the fact that you hitting an audience that actually buys, and and as I said, it's so much more consistent than TikTok according to sales for coming from the angle of sales, right? Not just traffic in general. The sales factor, it is so much more consistent because once Facebook finds your ideal customer avatar, or like the person that would purchase from your website, you're going to see how consistent it becomes. So yeah, Facebook is way more consistent than TikTok. Then let's go to the cons of TikTok. As I said, terrible TikTok, I mean, quality of traffic. Terrible. As I said, I've had like 500 people come to my website and not get a single sale. And then I switched over to Facebook ads, and now it's like I'll get 100, like 80 people on my website and I'll get 2 sales. You see the complete difference. And I've seen so many people send off their website and they'll be like, oh, I'm having 1,000 people visit my website, I haven't had one sale. Because TikTok is terrible when it comes to finding people that will actually purchase on your website. It is terrible. Just do not ever run TikTok ads. Listen to me. And yeah, I've mentioned this multiple times now that majority of the audience on TikTok and the people using TikTok are little kids. And now the only cons with Facebook is that your ads are a bit, well, actually, yeah, you could say a bit more expensive than TikTok. You're still going to spend a pretty good amount, but the return on investment is way higher on Facebook because you actually get sales, and on TikTok you just throw your money in there and then it just disappears because you're never going to get sales. And the other issue with Facebook is I've seen so many memes of it now on social media about how complicated it is to set up your Facebook ads, because there's just so many things. Like there's Advantage Plus, try use AI, all of these things. Like there's so much going on when it comes to Facebook ads, but once you figure it out, it's so worth it, and the process becomes so much easier. So yeah, and now why do most people burn money at this stage? So a lot of people are using the wrong ad strategy. That's the way that they structure the ads when it comes to running a CBO, a campaign budget optimization, or either the ad set level budget optimization. Those two play a role in it, and the way that you structure it, the different angles, etc., etc. Since there's been a new update with Facebook, like once you actually, I know some of you guys might be complete beginners to dropshipping, so you might not understand what I'm saying, but when you start getting in the game, you understand what I'm saying. And then there's been a new update, Andromeda, whatever. Sorry, I can't pronounce the word correctly. But even then, like some people don't even acknowledge the fact that you have to use ad creatives that look completely different from each other, so that the AI doesn't put them all into one and not test the other ad creators that you have running in your ad set. So yeah, another issue why people burn a lot of money is their store is generally not up to standard. Like people have the worst stores that I've ever seen in my entire life. It seems like they've put close to zero effort in their store, and then they just think they're gonna magically just have people buying from their store. There's a standard that your store has to be up to actually start generating sales. And in the previous module, if you at least follow some of that advice, that increases your chances of getting sales substantially. So yeah. And then another thing is your product's not good enough, you haven't followed the criteria that I told you, is not solving a pain point, or either I can literally just go down the road, go to Checkers, and then go and buy this product. And then the last point that I've been repeating over and over is you're running TikTok ads. Stop running TikTok ads just because you're too lazy to understand how to run Facebook ads, or either you're scared to spend money, because in this game you have to spend money to make money.